What's going on, YouTube friends and family? Universal Fragrances here, and as promised, if you've seen some of my recent short videos, we have a full review on Ether from the house of Xerjoff and the Chemi Blue line. Now, the Chemi Blue line is apparently centered around biodynamic agriculture and putting that into harmony with astrology. And by the notes on a lot of the fragrances, you can kind of get that. So check this out. Very interesting note breakdown. You've got Amalfi lemon, Bulgarian rose, you have lavender, Brazilian orange as well in there. You have a little bit of cypriol, benzoin, clary sage, Siberian pine. So you can kind of get from the opening, they're going for a fresh, citrusy vibe. But none of that matters because the oud and the musk notes are so heavy in this. You get it right from the very beginning of spraying the fragrance. You really do. And you also have a little bit of caramel, sandalwood, and even a little bit of vanilla in there as well, which adds a little bit of sweetness and richness to the fragrance to sort of balance out some of those heavier notes. But I'll say it right now, for Ether, even though it's probably one of my favorite fragrances that I've tried from the house of Xerjoff so far, if you were not a fan of like Silver Oud from Amouage or Neiman Lion from the house of Argos, this is probably not going to be your fragrance. It's probably just going to be a little bit too earthy, animalic, and strong. And these are strong fragrances. Looking at some of the samples I was going to buy from Xerjoff, the way they do things, this is a 35% oil concentration. It said 65% water and alcohol. And I know Luxor is 75% water and alcohol, and that is done at a 25% oil concentration. And that would probably explain why they're only offering the Chemi Blue line in the 50 ml, 1.7 ounce bottles. That would make a lot of sense actually. But this is just beautifully blended ingredients, very, very natural. You can tell they went out of their way because every single thing, it seems like, in the ingredient list, it's not just, oh, here's your lemon, here's your orange, here's your rose. They really go out of the way and let you know, hey, it's not just pine, it's Siberian pine, or it's not just a lemon, it's an Amalfi lemon, of course, from the Italian coast there. And it's one of those areas to where they really have access to a lot of wonderful ingredients. The house of Xerjoff is always known for using quality oils, but especially in this line, being centered around biodynamic farming and kind of keeping that in harmony with astrology. It's very interesting because a lot of the notes in their fragrances in the line just seem very earthy and, you know, very intentional in terms of how they deliver it. But even with that said, this fragrance is very well blended. Yes, it is very heavy on the oud and the musk, which for the price you're paying, I think this retails for like 370 euros or 360 euros for a 1.7 ounce bottle. So yeah, there better be some high quality oils in there, and it should be done at a high concentration. Beautiful bottle and presentation as well. But this is a very, very good fragrance. It was a blind buy for me. This is a fragrance that as soon as I saw the notes, I knew I had to own it. I didn't even bother getting a sample. And this is certainly not going to be one of the last ones I buy from this lineup in particular. Astaro, which is definitely a rose and oud based fragrance, it seems like. And Holly Seam, I think, is another one, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Has some tobacco in there, which, as you know, that definitely caught my attention. I love tobacco fragrances. Luxor from Xerjoff is one of my favorite ones, as well as Royal Tobacco from Amouage, Tobacco Sapphire from Boadicea the Victorious. There's just so many good ones. But guys, you should definitely try Ether if you enjoy these types of heavier fragrances, the oud fragrances, little funky, animalic. In no way, shape, or form, in my opinion at least, is this a unisex fragrance. You know, this goes right into some of those lineups with like, again, Neiman Lion or Silver Oud, to where you smell them and you don't even have to turn around to see if the man is in the room. You already know it's a man walking in just because of what they're wearing. That's how heavy and resonating and polarizing this fragrance is. So again, I think it's amazing. It's actually one of the favorite ones I've tried from the entire house of Xerjoff so far, but that certainly does not mean everyone's gonna like it. A lot of people will probably end up hating this fragrance. So if that's something that's a concern to you, maybe spend the money and get a sample instead of blind buying it like I did. Personally, I knew I was gonna love it just looking at the notes and having enough experience with Xerjoff now. I knew they were gonna do a good job with it, but you know, zero regrets blind buying this. This is gonna get a ton of usage while it's cold out. Then I'm just gonna let it sit, age a little bit, and then when it gets cold out again, you know, next winter or fall time here in Florida, I'll probably end up busting it out again, but definitely one of those fragrances I probably won't be wearing it, at all during summer. Maybe some cooler spring nights, but summertime I think it would just be too heavy, too animalic, too resiny. But that's just my opinion on it. But guys, this is a great one from the House of Xerjoff. I haven't seen a lot of reviews or talk about it, and for me, it's definitely one of my favorites from the house so far. So I got a lot more stuff coming up. I got some zoologist samples coming in. I think I've got like 8 of them. So that'll be a lot of good content. I got Unique and Luxury as well. I got Kute, Mashumaro, and at my house right now, I have Beverly Hills, I think is the one I bought. And that one is incredible. I got an individual review coming up on that one as well. But again, guys, Ether from the House of Xerjoff and the Kimmy Blue line. If you haven't checked it out and you like these heavy fragrances, you got to go get it, man. I'll see you guys soon, all right? Bye.